Hi and welcome to Beauty and Chronic Pain. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys some purchases I made in the sale at newlook.com. If you don't know, New Look is a big clothes shop in the UK. I think they're international as well. I managed to score 12 items in the sale for £35, which I think is a bargain. I don't think anything was in the original pricing was more than £20 anyway. So let's dive in. Oh, that's good. You take it off, it's a pump, which I definitely prefer. Annoyingly, I've got all my swatches in the back of my left hand, and because I'm right-handed, I was about to just squirt the foundation and that would be a disaster, so. Wait, hang on, I got a little palette thing that I use. Yeah, squirt that foundation out. Squirt it here so you guys can see what it looks like. Because you have to squirt it a few times. A few dozen times. Oh, there we go. So yeah, just you get actually quite a lot of one squirt. Slightly runny consistency actually. I can tell straight away that that colour is too light for me. But you know, we'll just make it do just to test out how it looks. Just looking in the camera so maybe I should use my mirror though. My makeup. Yeah, that is way too light. Oh, I've obviously primed my face already. Hopefully you won't see me flailing like an idiot over the fly in the room, but I've been known to do that if it goes too close to my face. Why is there two lids on here? To make this a fair test, I'm going to apply it the way I normally apply it, except for when I use the brush, apply foundation. So I'm going to put on setting spray. I apologise for the face I pull. I always go like, don't get in my eyes, don't get in my nose. Where? When I spray stuff. The hair coming out of the foundation brush already. Which isn't a problem, it's just a little annoying to me. So, see how that goes. It's absorbing in really well. The brush is really soft and it's quite nice. Looks like it's a good brush. You can see the foundation running pretty quickly. My forehead. Quite happy with the way that is rubbing into my face. It's not disappearing too much, but I'm going to use a damp beauty blender to do the other side of my face, just for comparison. I always spray my damp brushes with setting spray as well. Bounce that in. Smells like soap. I don't think that's my Actually, it could be the Beauty Blender because I washed it recently. I'm not sure. It'd be weird if the foundation itself smelled like soap. Yeah, that doesn't smell like soap, so it's just my sponge. Sorry about that. That'd be weird if foundation smelled like soap. But yeah, that went in really well. Just thinking. So that's mattifying. I'd say that looks pretty matte. It feels nice and soft, so that's good. Yeah, it says full coverage. Well, it's not full immediately, but we'll see if it's buildable in a second. So I just had an eyelash on my face. Just looking closely in my mirror. Yeah, that's definitely not full coverage immediately. Let's just squirt some more. Build up. See if we can build up the coverage. I always dot my foundation on. It feels ever so slightly silicone-y. And even though it's settling on my, I'm putting it on my face and it's a little while before I blend it all in, it is not drying down too quickly, which is good because otherwise I'd have patches, like slightly darker patches where it's been left on the skin longer than in some parts than others. Slightly tacky sound. I doubt my phone is picking up on that, but I can hear the difference. Just blend that in. This brush is so nice. So nice and soft. I always brush my foundation over my eyes. I try not to brush it too close under because under the eyes is delicate. Oh, look at that. My face looks really white in comparison to how it actually looks tanned. Well, that's because obviously it's the wrong colour. Might be a good match for me in the winter when I lose my tan. But I'm really happy with that foundation. But, we'll see how it lasts as well. 2 layers is definitely enough. I never use more than 2 layers of foundation. Just add a little bit more over my nose because that's where I'm the most oily and it vanishes. So let's see if it mattifies. In terms of coverage, I wouldn't say it's full coverage because there's this mole I have on my face, like just a brown spot, and it's not completely vanished, so I can still see my acne scars, so it's not completely full coverage. But that is not bad at all. For what's essentially a clothing company. Sorry, I had a bit of gas in. That's why my voice went weird. I was going to use concealer, but that's going to be so weird because I think it might make my face look weird because it's a much darker colour than my foundation. A little spot for a second, let me just see. Under eye concealer is supposed to be lighter than your foundation, if not at least the same colour. So yeah, I won't use any more of that because it will have a very weird effect. And it will contour under my eyes and, you know, make it stand out more. I don't think the brush soaked up a lot of the foundation, which is great. Like, that looks really clean still. Also reflecting the light brilliantly. So yeah, that's that. Next, open the face palette. I'll just keep it simple. That wax feels really weird in my hand. I'll see if I can copy what they suggest on the palette to how to do the eyes. So it says apply a medium shade on the lid from lash line to crease. The medium shades aren't, they've got on here aren't matte though. Let's see. I use the brown in here lightly, might you know, it won't be too dark, so it shouldn't look too crazy. Using the clean side of the brush because my face is a little itchy there. I don't want to like move the foundation around. Just use I think that brush is clean to just blend that a bit better because the brush isn't great. It's not like too bad, but it's not like the best brush. Yeah, that pigment is not too bad at all. Use a little bit more. It's not going on patchy, it's going on my eyes quite smoothly. It's definitely buildable foundation, buildable colour on the eyeshadow. This is define the eyes. Define the outer V and crease with the darkest shade. And then blend with a medium shade for a more dramatic look. Apply it into the upper and lower lash lines. Well, the deepest shade is black. So I just realised that this is the shadow brush and this is actually a brow brush on the end, which is interesting. So I guess I'll take a different brush and use that to define the eyes. I'm scared to go in the black though, it's so dark. I don't use black shadow because it tends to maybe look like being punched in the face, but let's try. Anyway, so do the outer V and the crease of the darkest shade. Ugh, can't do it, the black. Scared? Okay. That black isn't actually coming up very dark, which works for me. Really press it, let's see. Like, it looks very black on the brush, but it actually comes out quite soft, more of a brown there, which can be a problem for some people if, you know, you really want it very black. Let's see if it's different when I go in with a wet brush. Just use my Mario Badescu facial spray, the cucumber scented one. Let's see if how the black goes then. Barely any darker. Don't know if you can see, like, this middle one and this one on the edge is with a wet brush, and it barely makes a difference. So that's a problem if you want a true black shade, which I'm not going to worry about because, like I said, I don't really wear black shadow. That fly is getting on my nerves. It's just a Mr. Bly, can you not sit quietly while I'm trying to film? So inconsiderate. I don't know why I'm using that brush for this. Use the right brush. It's like a nice soft smoky colour though. Blending is okay. It'd be interesting to see if somebody who is much better at makeup than I am does it as well, and see what kind of feedback they would give. Blend that a bit more. A clean brush. Nice and smoky. I want to build up a bit more in the crease though, because it's missing from the middle. I don't want it to look patchy. Ain't nobody got time for patchy shadows. So I'm just going to do one at a time for the sake of saving time. And then it says, oh yeah, put it into the upper and lower. So let's get that darker colour into my lower lash line. That works really nicely under the lower lash line, in my opinion. Quite cool tone shades. And then it says highlight. Apply the lightest shade in the inner corner to brighten the eyes and below the eyebrows. And what I'm going to do is take a... No, I'm not going to take a smudge brush. Where's the rest of my eyeshadow brushes? Anyway, this brush, anyway, I don't know what it's called. Studio. These are bristles are tightly packed, so I'm going to use, let me just show you what I've been using. So I use this brown shade to do an all over sweep of colour, and the black. And then I'm going to use, I'm looking at the pink and I'm looking at the gold, thinking like what would be nice. There's several shimmery like these 3 shades here are very similar. So I'm going to use this one and just use that in the gap for my it's almost like a cut crease. I'm not gonna lie, this is outside my comfort zone, these colours, especially the dark one. Blend that out a bit more. There's nothing inherently wrong with it, it's just not me. But that pink shimmer shade is so pretty, and it's got decent pigmentation. If I just use like my fingers and swatch that, so pretty. So that's really pigmented. Let's use my finger actually to pack on the colour instead of the brush, just to build up the intensity. There's minimal fallout too, which is always great, especially when you've done your foundation first. Just get some tissue. Oops. Make sure my finger is clean. And then I will use my ring finger to put the lightest shade in my inner corner, see if that does anything. Not really, no. Swatch that on my hand. Very white bone colour. Maybe I should have used that to like lighten my, the base colour. Let me show you. And it's not very pigmented at all. But I used the one next to it, which is the lightest shimmer shade. So it looks like on the back of my hand. No, there's like only that pink was a really nice shade. Really pigmented. The gold is really nice. So that's the gold, and that's the lightest shimmer shade. Just deepen it up so the camera picks it up. I didn't have to go over it so much with the lightest, the second, I guess it was, for this one on the end. That's the one I used over my lid. These names don't have, these colours don't have individual names, which is a bit of a pain. So that's what the others look like. Just deepen it up a little. Let me turn down the light. No, that's too far. Right, have a look at that. See, only the gold is really picking up in the top one. The one next to the gold, see what that looks like. Ooh, that's pretty. Looks very similar to the top one. And then I'll show you the this, I'm going to show you the second one and the one on the end. You can see how they're slightly, if you can see, they're slightly different shades. Turn the light a little bit. But it's hard to tell the shades of the camera, isn't it? I think. But Look at that difference though in my face with the light. They're pretty pigmented in my opinion, but they look so similar, the colours. I don't know what you call them. And then there's one more shimmer shade, which is like a brown shimmer. Yeah, and that one's really nicely pigmented as well. That was just one swipe and I didn't press that hard into the pan. Let's move on. Now I'm quickly do my other eye and then come back. Okay, I'm back. And that was pretty quick to do. Very simple. Try and lean close to my chair so you can see. On leaning forward you can really see how much paler my face is. Now to do mascara obviously. There wasn't any mascara that I could find from them, so I'm just going to use my current favourite mascara, which is L'Oreal False Lash XFiber Extreme. I'm going to just use side one for a simple look. This is waterproof. Did you know that a way to put on, if you have trouble taking a waterproof mascara, if you put non-waterproof on first, then waterproof over the top, when you go to take it off, it'll be much easier to remove. There's a handy hack that I found. So obviously there was the glitter one. Let's see how the glitter looks if I just go in with that. Ooh, spirally. It's kind of a weird brush. See how pigmented that is? I just need the chair. Need the table. Let's see. That colour is going on pretty well, I'd say. It was like better than I thought it would be. But as expected, it's not really going to define your eyes. I don't know if you can see any of that. Just ever so slightly catching the light. Let's put the L'Oreal one over it first. Okay. That's just blacken my lashes, and it only makes them a little bit longer. If I was going somewhere and I really wanted dramatic lashes, then I would use side number 2. I'm not going to. Just use the glitter mascara over the top. This is actually making my lashes clump together, so that's something to note, you know, whether or not you like that kind of thing. But I'll let it dry in a little bit, then use the lash separator. But that is worth noting. Let's get a bit more colour on there. It's interesting, it's not really picking up on this eye, and I wonder if that's because I did the glitter first, then the L'Oreal, and then the glitter again. Colour looks like it's picked up more on that lash, but still it's not like massive difference. If I just come really close so you can see, I can just see like slight flecks. When you turn the head it catches it more, which is kind of nice, but you know, it's not a massive difference. Now going on to, I'm not going to line my eyes because, you know, I've got some definition underneath. I'm happy with how that looks. Where did I put the, oh, I should do this side. Go in again with the, take them all out and put them on my table. The New Look brushes that I got. Should have moved the eyeshadow brushes, put them in the pot. So yeah, let's see what it says. Look at that, so pink. It doesn't look, I mean it's a light pink obviously, but I didn't think it was going to come up, oops, as bright as it looks on there. So let's see if it is as bright. Just finding my apples a little bit. Don't know if you can see that, but it's not as light as I thought it would turn out because of how it looks on it. It's softened a bit on my skin. That's a pretty pink, I would say. Turn on the light again. Ooh. It is difficult getting the right amount of light so you can see what I'm doing. It's easily buildable. Quite a soft pink. Turn it back up a little. Do the same on the other side. Make it match. Should probably do the blusher after I do the bronzer, but what can you do? I wasn't thinking about it. I don't know why I did the blusher first, because I don't even, that's not how I do my routine normally. But just wiping the brush on some tissue just so I can go in with the bronzer. It's 2 bronze shades, I was just thinking like which one would be good. I don't think it matters, but I'll just go for the darker shade. I was just reading what they say for how to put it, but I just put it just there. That is like, whoa, quite strong. That's like quite a strong stripe. Look at the light there, but I think it's just because it's such a contrast to my skin. You know, I could soften that if I wanted. I brush it over, tilting the brush slightly to the side where there's less bronzer on it. I use a slightly lighter colour. So pick some up on the smaller brush. This is a contour brush. Let's see how that comes out. Very soft. I'm just using the diagram that they provided to see how they said to use your contour. Be careful because I don't want to cause any micro exfoliation on my skin, because that'll make it look cakey. And then it says to use some down your nose if you want. Oh, that's supposed to be contour. Ah. I like to put a little bit there. Oh, why does that fly go right in my bloody ear? The contour shade's not bad, but it's not great. I'm not going to contour my nose with that large brush. Oh, we used to. I think even the concealer brush might be too big, but let's just take a little bit, do the sides of my nose. It's going on okay. It's not like having a massive difference. It looks more of a difference in this light than in my mirror. So let's clean that brush again. It's easy to clean this because I use very little product. Use the highlight shades. It says to put a bit down the middle of your nose, which is the correct way if you're going to do it, to make your nose slimmer, which I think most people do. And then take that and put some here. It's weird using an oval brush because I'm so used to my more round brushes. And then it says to use some on your chin. When I did that, actually, I could see loads of powder shooting up, but it's very soft highlight colour. Buildable to just smooth that out a bit more. Put a little more blush there. And use the highlight from there, put that. See, does that show up in my inner corners at all? A bit. So I think that's really opened my eyes out. But I look a little clownish because of how light my foundation is. Now for the brows. I'm going to take the wax, like I said, and this is to run that through the brows first. And then follow through with powder and define mid to tail brows. Follow with powder and define mid to tail brow with darker shade. So I guess you take the light brown shade that it comes with. Fill that in. Not noticing a whole difference, but no, my brows are quite dark anyway. But I can feel the difference between having the wax there, because I don't use wax on my brows usually. Use a darker shade. The darker shade makes much more of a difference. Feels a little weird though having wax. I would have thought wax would have been to set it. I'm going to use the darker shade all over just because mine are really, brows are really dark. Just clean up quickly the mistake I made there. I think that's enough of that palette. I'm going to take the baked highlighter that I showed you earlier and just put that over there. That was really nice. It's a good glow, I think. Actually, look, use my finger. Looks more pigmented on my skin, looking in the mirror, than it does on the light. But you know, still getting used to the light. This new ring light. I like that. It's not like intense, but I think that's a nice soft highlight. Put a little on the brow bone. Just see the centre of the arch. I never realised how hard it is to ignore an annoying fly. I'm going to take the highlighter drops and I use the little glass palette that I used for my put my foundation on, but drops them out. Get some on my ring finger because that has the lightest pressure. Put that on top, see how that looks. Is that picking up? Yeah, I think you can see that. Unicorn. Looks more like you can see more purple on the skin, I feel, than you do when you just look at the bottle. Obviously it looks more white / silver with glitter. Just match up the other side. That's pretty. Maybe I shouldn't use these for my under my nose, but that's not, there's so little left there, it's not very pigmented. There, which is fine. But I will use that on my inner corner just because I like to make that pop a lot. You can really see that. Just being fussy. You can just see a light. Oh yeah, lips. How did I forget my lips? I was going to use the metallic liner, but I'll do that for another time. I think I use the gloss, raspberry gloss. And is it? I applied really nicely. A nice soft shade. You could probably build up the colour if you wanted, but you probably wouldn't, because if you wanted it to be, you know, really deep, then you wouldn't use a gloss. Or a glaze is what it says. Doesn't really smell, doesn't smell like raspberries, just smells like makeup, which I don't mind. My lips don't feel sticky, which is great. And last but not least, use some all-nighter. I didn't choke, I don't think I pulled an ugly face, so that's it today. I will, oh, before I go, look at that. It's all there on the back of my hand still, very pigmented. Even look at the gloss that I've got on my lips, it's still on the back of my hand. The glitter drops has had an interesting effect. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, it's bubbling anyway, which is weird. But I'll keep them on the back of my hand and see how long they last. I'll be interested in. I'll have another few hours before I go to bed yet. And I'll add the wear in the description bar below. So that's it from me today. That was a very long video, lots of fiddling with the light. But overall, I'd say I really like the face palette. The foundation, considering how hot it is in here, I can't see any separation anywhere. It's a pretty decent foundation. I'll move it over. Yeah, I mean, all the colours are pretty pigmented. Can't complain with any of that at all for, you know, how cheap it is. It's not even obvious to me. I don't think it would be obvious that this is really cheap makeup if I didn't tell you. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on this product and if you think you would buy any cosmetics from New Look. At this stage, I'd say I'd probably be happy to repurchase a lot of this stuff again. And thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye!